Here because you want to buy a 9th gen SI, and maybe you're just supporting my videos. Maybe that's why you're here. But either way, I figured I've been at a standstill with this. That's why I haven't posted. I didn't know whether I wanted to keep progressing to mod the car more or go back to factory and just trade it in. But I've actually decided, and I'm just going to progress forward. And right now I'm just going to keep modding it and just kind of do my own thing. But I figured this would be a perfect time to make a video to explain why, like, I would kind of want to trade this in and focus more toward another project rather than this one, because it does have its flaws. And if you're a 9th gen owner, you know what I'm talking about. But I know a lot of you guys are pretty strong about the 9th gen. But personally, I've came from a lot of Hondas, a lot of Chevys, old school muscle, like imports. I'm all over the place, right? I feel like this is like my unbiased opinion, rather than everyone who has a 9th gen is going to tell you, oh well, yeah, but you know, like, this is only happening because of this. But either way, it's a manufacturer defect that just should have never been there. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. I'm going to give you kind of like a list of things I've noticed for the year I've had the car, about a year. Just basically things that you want to acknowledge before you go out and buy an SI, because I definitely didn't, and I didn't do my research. But I still like this car, don't get me wrong, it's a good car. First on my list is the paint. The paint on these cars chip really easy, and it's kind of sad because these cars are, like, my car, for example, is 7 years old. I've seen cars 20 years old have way better paint than this, and it's honestly kind of sad. I'll show you guys what I mean, especially on this hood. You can really see it. Yeah, it's pretty garbage, and honestly, it's sad. Because, like I said, the paint should never be this bad and chip this easily. You know, stuff chips, it happens, wear and tear, but this is something that everyone that has a 9th gen has problems with. So just be sure to watch out for that. And that definitely sucks, but yeah, just be sure to watch out for that when you're buying the car. You know, I searched this on YouTube, and a lot of people made videos like these, like what to look out for. It didn't tell you everything you needed to know. Like, for example, the sunroof. I know a lot of people mention the sunroof here. So the sunroof frame actually rots, and that's why I have, if you can see that, I hope you can, because it's pretty bad. But that is why I have this Home Depot door weather stripping right here to keep out the rain. And I am currently in Louisiana, and it is not a great place to have a leaky sunroof. It rains like every day here. But you would think, come on, that's not that big of a deal. Like, just replace this weather stripping right here. You know, that's a $50 fix. That's what I thought. They made it to where this whole thing is one piece. So the track, the motor, all of it, you have to replace the entire sunroof in order to replace just the weather stripping, which is a terrible design in my opinion, because that can run you for anywhere. I think they say the dealer charges like $700 to $800 for this. So on to the next thing, it's going to be the rev hang. These cars have crazy rev hang, and it's something you can disable after you get a tune, but we'll talk about that later. It's not that big of a deal if, like, you don't mind it, but for me, rev hang drives me nuts. I want to know when I press in the clutch that my revs, I just called them revs, dude. What? My engine's still spinning as if it was in gear, but it's literally in neutral, and it holds for a couple seconds. I'll put a clip in the video right now to show you guys. Oh, a wasp! Please, Mr. Wasp. Dude, wasp and bugs love my car. Next on the list is the fact that fully bolt-ons, I'm talking about NA. So naturally aspirated, this means no forced induction, no turbo, no supercharger. These things are still slow. They make about, on a tune, about 230 horsepower, and that's if, like, I'm giving that some grace, you know, like. And for the money that a downpipe and a cold air intake, a 3-inch cold air intake, you have to get a rear motor mount for those too. I mean, you should. You don't have to, but if you don't, that can also lead to the downpipe crack. So it cracks the downpipe because there's too much stress on it, which really sucks. And it's just strange how they're designed. So you also need, if you're going fully bolt-on, you need the tuner that goes with this, and it's called Hondata, or you could get K-Tuner. Either way, these range from about $500 to $600, and that's used. Hondata goes for $690, I think, brand new, and that's crazy because that allows you to put a tune onto these cars. I mean, I love the car, don't get me wrong. I know I'm dogging on it, but I love this car. The fact that everyone does the same thing to these cars. There's not much out there. You have the Kevman stuff, which, don't get me wrong, that's dope. I wish I had a lot of that stuff. But generally, you don't see a lot of stuff being done. And I know, like, a lot of people are adding to these cars, like the mods and stuff, and they're adding to the market more mods for these cars. But as of right now, there's not much you can do. Let's get to the DRL. So this means daytime running lights. Basically, these lights right here, if you put in a different bulb that doesn't accept it, it gets a DRL error code, which really sucks. But that's just one of my pet peeves. It's not a big deal, but that does bother me. These cars just don't compare to like a 90s Honda, but I think I'm just gonna stick it out because I want this to be my daily driver, because ultimately my goal is to get a Toyota Supra. If you guys know me, I've loved Toyota Supras for years. And that's my goal. So, but as for right now, I have this beautiful Civic. We're gonna progress. We're gonna get some side skirts. You know, we're gonna get a diffuser. We're gonna get a spoiler. We're gonna do the full thing. And then we're also fixing the sunroof. So I have a lot in store. So yeah, stay tuned. Peace.